In a world of AI and call centers and 7 chatbots before you get to talk to a person, that's not how we do it here. You call here, you talk to a human being right away.
Welcome back to the Built Local podcast. Today we have a great guest on, another Floridian like myself here. We've got Rob from Alan Duncan. Rob, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, we are stoked to have you on, learn more about your business. For anybody who doesn't know who you are or what your story is, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're an independent local insurance agency. We're located here in Titusville, Florida, Space Coast. We're about 5 miles from the gates of NASA over here. So, we get the shuttles, and we used to get the shuttle. We get the rockets, and we used to get the shuttles.
Yeah.
We've actually been in business for about 37 years, second generation. My mom started the company way back when. Yeah, we do it all. We do personal lines mostly. We do home, we do auto, we do business, flood, vacancies, builder risks. We do it all, man.
Jeez, love it. Well, take us back. So your mom started it 37 years ago. What was her reason for starting it? Do you know the kind of origin story?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We moved to Florida back then, and she got with my uncle, and they together started the business. Very, very small when they started it. They bought a small book of business, and we're still located here in Titusville. Had a different office at that time. My mom's maiden name is Duncan, and my
Okay.
uncle was Alan, so that's how we ended up Alan Duncan Agencies. My mom bought my uncle out many years ago, and so she's been in control for a long time. And yeah, that's kind of how she got her start, man. She didn't really know what she was doing and decided to do some insurance, and here we are 37 years later.
Yeah, for sure. So did you just grow up just eating, sleeping, breathing insurance, or how
Yeah,
did that come
I
about?
mean, kind of. I'm like, how it works. Whatever your parents doing is lame. So you don't want to have anything to do with that. But yeah, I had a little bit of a different background. I haven't always done insurance. I've been around it since day one, obviously, and I've worked here off and on. I worked here as a teenager, not as an agent back then, but doing supporting staff type stuff.
Mhm.
I actually joined the military and did
Oh,
7 years.
service.
Yeah, absolutely. I was a sergeant in the Army, did 7 years. Got out. I went to school for music production. I worked in that industry for many years. And then I came back home and got back into insurance again. I worked here for about 4 years or so, and just kind of decided I wanted to do something else for a little while. So I went to the medical field. I got degrees
Okay.
in clinical science, and worked in a laboratory, and was a blood banker for many years.
Huh.
And then just here recently, my sister still works here. My other sister worked here for a while. Mom decided she wanted to retire, and so just through conversations with her, decided that it was kind of time to come back and finalize my metamorphosis into an
Yeah.
insurance agent. So
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, that's a lot of different things there. Obviously, the trade of like jack of all trades, right? There's like
yeah,
people know like jack of all trades, then people know jack of all trades, master of none, or whatever.
right, yeah,
Then, but then the thing most people don't know is that how the actual quote goes is jack of all trades, master of none, but always better than a master of one. That's how it
okay,
ends up.
perfect, yeah,
So like, because
right,
back in the day, like obviously now we like glorify people for like dedicating their whole life to one thing, like Tom Brady or something, right?
yeah, totally,
Back in the day, that it makes sense. Like you had to know how to do all the
yeah,
things. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
I think today it's important. I mean, times change, careers change, things change, people change. I think it's important to be flexible. I think you should never be afraid to go back to school,
Yeah,
and get degrees in different things. And this is your life right now. And if something's not working for you, or you feel like you could be doing something different, go do it, man. Go
heck
do
yeah,
it. Get it
heck yeah,
done.
for sure. That's awesome. Well, if we go on to the insurance side, so
Sure.
how are y'all currently growing your business? What's like kind of the number where you're getting new customers?
Yeah, I was looking at your podcast and stuff, and it was like a lot of people were maybe starting out or they were sort of in the infancy stage of the business, and obviously being in business for 37 years, we're way beyond that. And so for us, it's kind of cool. We've been in town for so long, we've been doing it for so long, our name has been around for so long that we don't really advertise much, to be honest with you. I do some very light social media stuff, some Facebook stuff. We obviously have a website and have had a web presence for a long time. And we do some search engine optimization and things of that nature. But we've always tried to solicit Google reviews and not been very successful for it
Yeah,
for one reason or another. You either don't have time to follow it, or you know, you don't want to have time to follow it, or whatever your
yeah,
reason is. Um, but just here recently noticing how important it is to the overall system and how important it is to your online presence and your footprint and the way potential new customers see you. And so, I just kind of decided it was time to do something
yeah,
and figure out how to get these reviews going.
yeah.
And here you are, I found you.
Yeah, for sure. Real quick, if you're a local business owner and you want to start getting customers from Google, you know how important Google reviews are. Every week, I talk to business owners just like you across hundreds of industries who know reviews matter, but never seem to have the time or the system in place to actually get them. That's exactly why I've spent the last 2 years building Review Harvest. We built it with a non-tech savvy business owner in mind, so anybody can set it up in minutes and start getting reviews today. It automates the process of getting real reviews from your customers, responding to those reviews, and repurposing them across your website and across your social media platforms. It's a set it and forget it software. You can get it all set up in about 10 minutes and you never have to worry about reviews again. We can integrate into the tools you're already using, so you don't have to change a thing. You don't have to train your team on how to request reviews. You don't have to request them manually. You get customers, we get your reviews. It's simple as that. And the first play in our playbook is what we call a review reactivation. You probably have hundreds or thousands of previous customers who loved your service but never left your review. So a lot of times our users can double or even triple their reviews just in the first couple months of working with us when we do that review reactivation. No, well, how did you find us? How did you hear about Review Harvest?
Well, so I was in ChatGPT, I was in Google, and I was just going in these circles of like, how can I do this? And I'm coming up with different ways to do it. And, obviously I know I can text people, I know that I can email people, but we just don't have the time or the personnel to keep up with it. And so I think I might have either stumbled on this podcast or,
Okay.
I just stumbled on an advertisement. I saw you on YouTube, checked you out,
Yeah.
and then maybe I emailed you or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Awesome. Yeah, I'm always curious as to how people find about it because that's like back to the marketing thing. Like we're trying to
yeah,
figure out what works and what people where people find us, and
yeah,
it's hard to track that stuff a lot of times. I mean, there's a lot of tools that say they're going to help you do it, but it's like there's a lot of stuff that's just really hard to get an insight unless you ask people. So
yeah. I
that's
mean, the concept of it's easy, right? But the actual logistics and like following through and seeing it happen every day that's the hard part.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, y'all been around a while, and you're not in business for a while without keeping your customers happy. Obviously, you don't get grow via word of mouth mainly without keeping your customers very happy. So, in a business like insurance, where I don't know the best way to describe insurance, but it's like no one's super stoked about insurance. They're like, yeah, gotta have it or whatever. But how do you keep your clients happy? Even in the insurance industry.
Yeah, so what we try to do is we approach it a little bit differently. So being an independent agent, it gives us direct access to our clients. And so we approach it from the way I like to market it or sell it is, listen, you can get insurance online, right? You can go online, you can go to Progressive, you can go to whatever. But you're not really going to have an advocate that is there looking out for you and making sure that you have the right coverages, that you understand what those coverages even are or what they might do for you in a claim situation.
Mhm.
Um, and then what we like to do is give that personal touch or give that personal approach where when you call in and you need something for your insurance, you're not going to get a phone bank
Yeah,
that's maybe here in America, maybe somewhere else. You're not going to get a person that is different every single time you call. You're not going to, the information that you receive is not going to be dependent upon the knowledge of the singular person that you happen to get to talk to.
Yeah.
And so that's what we like to tell people. There's 6 of us here in the office. We all play a different role. Once you are in here with us, you have a dedicated customer service agent, whether that's Aaron or Gracie or Amy.
Mhm.
And every time you call, you get to talk to that person. They know you, they know
Yep.
your story, they know what you want to be called,
Yep.
they know how to contact you. And so in a world of AI and call centers and 7 chatbots before you get to talk to a person, that's not how we do it here. You call here, you talk to a human being right away. A human answers the phone, and you talk
Yep.
to a human the whole time.
Yeah, no, I love that. I mean, that's you can't beat the connection that you create from the human to human over a call or whatever it is. And as like you said, the AI, the AI answering services and all that stuff, as the world gets more robotic and more automated, that's just going to start to mean more and more and more. My
Yeah.
my my concern is hopefully us humans don't forget how to interact.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. And to some degree it's okay, right? I mean, but you see a lot of the AI now is like it's doing art and making music and things of that nature. And for me, I'm like, hey, how about you just do my job for me and I will hang out and make music and art
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like I think we're doing it the wrong way, but that's just my opinion.
yeah,
And we use those tools here in the office. So we have all that technology. We use AI to do things in the office, but it's all background stuff
yep,
to make sure that the client's getting taken care of and getting taken care of quickly.
yeah,
But when you call, you're not going to speak to our AI systems. You're going to speak to us.
yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
super, super duper valuable. But what do y'all do? Do y'all have a current process of trying to get referrals from realtors in the agents, realtors in the area, or your current customers, or how do y'all get referrals?
We just get called. I
Yeah,
mean, and that's the beauty of being around as long as we have. We're established in the community. Some people just show up. I mean, we have an office here in town. We're in the old downtown area. So some people just show up. I ask them, how did you hear about us? And they say, well, I've driven by for the last 20 years.
yep,
And I'm like, okay, great. Thanks for stopping in. What
yeah,
took you so long? But
yeah,
anyway, um, and also, we have a lot of relationships that we've just organically developed over time with realtors, mortgage brokers, inspectors.
Mhm,
And so we get all sorts of referrals. But I would say that when we're doing our client intake um, questionnaire,
mhm,
the vast majority of uh, when I say how did you hear about us, the vast majority is my mom told me, my cousin told me, my neighbor told me, whoever told me, and that's awesome. I mean, you can't buy that, you can't
yep.
pay for that, and it's really a blessing for us. It really is.
Yeah, for sure. And that's awesome. Getting multi-generational referrals is that's
Yes.
something that a lot of businesses don't even get to ever.
Yeah.
If you're not in
Exactly.
business long enough, you got to be in
Yeah.
business for a while if you're going to get the grandma, the mom, and the
It's
daughter.
it's a war of attrition, and if you can just stick it out, eventually somebody's going to be left, when the
Yep.
dust settles. And if that's you reap some rewards for that.
For sure, for sure. That's like playing the infinite game. Like the goal isn't to get healthy, the goal is to stay healthy. The
Right.
goal isn't to be in business, the goal is to stay in
To
business.
stay in business.
And
Absolutely.
so that's
Yeah.
that's really cool. Well, what are y'all's plans? As y'all been in business for so long,
Yeah.
so how do y'all still, or do y'all, you can, it's your business, you can do what you want to do there, but like, do y'all still have plans of trying to grow in the near future, or y'all like really comfortable and just having a great lifestyle business, or where y'all at?
No, so that's a great question, and that's kind of where we are right now. With the founding generation ready to step down and retire,
Yeah.
and the next generation ready to take over. And this process is going to play out over the next few years, but we absolutely have a plan to attempt to expand for sure. And so that's going to require getting outside of that word of mouth and those referrals. That's going to mean we need to get out in the community again. And back when we were growing and we were younger, we did traditional advertising. So back then it was the yellow pages, right?
Yeah.
So you had to have the biggest yellow page, you had to
Yeah.
have the best, you had to be first, you had to start with an A, right? So you would be first in the yellow pages. This is way back when, okay? Um, so now what we're kind of doing right now is this is sort of step one is hooking up with you guys, which has been amazing, and starting to build that Google presence a little bit more.
Yeah.
What's interesting is we started with you guys. We had about 212 reviews. Now, we've been in business for 37 years. We've obviously had an online presence for a long time, but 212 reviews because we were basically relying on the goodness of people's hearts to just go
Yeah.
on there and say, hey, we love this place, or these guys are awesome, check them out. Um, but we know that we could definitely be doing a lot better than that. And hooking up with you guys has been awesome, man. I mean, we've just exploded in the
Yeah.
reviews, and we've already seen that even in a short time. We've already seen what that's been able to do to like driving presence to our webpage
Yeah.
and getting people to give us their information so that we can quote them and take care of them.
That's awesome. That's really cool because some business owners don't know that. That's one honestly the biggest headwinds that we probably face at Review Harvest is the fact that some business owners don't know that more reviews means more money, right? Like more reviews,
Absolutely.
means more revenue. Obviously, it's not like a direct transaction, right? It's not a direct thing, but
Right.
it's a result of it eventually down the line. And so, good on y'all for seeing that.
Yeah, you got to be you got to be a little smart about it. You got to be figure out how to sniff it out. Nothing's going to say you got 10 new reviews and that equals this to your business. I mean, you got to just kind of really dive deep, get under the hood, look at the numbers. And then it's also going to be like a slow transition, right? It's
Yeah,
not going to be overnight. Um, when I first got with you guys, my I was anticipating, okay, well we'll pick this up and we'll get a little bit more reviews, but I mean, I think we started at 212, we're at 285 right now. We've
yeah,
been with you guys for a couple of months, and
yeah,
so if you look at that percentage and you look at maybe a 25-year online web presence, but then in the last 2 months we've essentially upped our game by a massive percentage,
yeah,
and speaking of getting under the hood, I mean, I got some numbers here for you. And so this is just like this is from our web folks, and
yeah,
just this is like on a quarterly basis. But basically, the quarter before we started with Review Harvest, um, we were looking at about 4,200 impressions or so. That number is at 4,800 in the
wow,
next one after Review Harvest. Our monthly spend, what we're spending to get that traffic, actually decreased,
wow.
and it decreased more than the price of a monthly subscription to
There,
Review Harvest.
there you
So
go.
there you go.
That's awesome.
Um, yeah, and then like our page views overall, we went from 1,300 to 1,900. I mean, that's a huge jump, you
Yeah,
know.
totally.
And like I said, this is on a quarterly basis, so it's not even necessarily. We need to do this again when I get this quarter's numbers, and then I
Yeah,
can show you it's even bigger. But yeah,
yeah,
stoked, man. We're really really happy with it. Um,
dude,
and not only is it showing us results that we can see right in before our eyes, we're not guessing, is this helpful?
yeah,
The system's so easy. I mean, we have a really basic way of doing it. I have a simple online form. It has 5 things in there: the customer's name, their phone number, their email, and then we do a little bit of analytics on the inside so we can look at it as well. So like who submitted it, why did they submit it, and then I have them rate their interaction with the client. And then I can crunch that later and kind of look at it and see what's driving the reviews. Is it customer service? Is it new business? Things of that
yeah,
nature. And then boom, at the end of the day, we put those in. I export it as a CSV. I go to add contacts on my dashboard.
yeah,
Boom, I pop it in, and every single day I get to come in and I get to go on our Slack channel and say, hey guys, so and so left you an awesome review. So and so named you. So and so, and it's awesome, man. It's nobody does want to do insurance. Nobody likes to do insurance. And it so nobody's patting you on the back when you're
Yeah.
done, no matter
Yeah.
how well you take care of them.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of good. It's good to get our flowers. It's good for the employees to get their flowers and to see what's going on.
Hey, real quick, before we get back to the video, if you're a local business owner and you're serious about getting more customers from Google, I want to invite you to our free school community linked down below. Inside, you'll get weekly coaching calls where I can personally help you one-on-one so you're never stuck wondering what to do next to get more customers. Once you join, we'll give you a custom-built ranking report to show you exactly how you're ranking against your competitors, and then we'll even show you the next couple things you can do to start ranking higher. We do all of these reports manually to make sure they're done right. You'll get our 50,000 Google review script, the same script we've used to help hundreds of businesses get over 50,000 reviews, showing you what to say, when to request the review, how to follow up and get that review without being annoying or awkward. And you'll even get a step-by-step checklist on how to optimize your Google Business profile to make sure you're ranking at the top of Google. Sometimes just making a few tweaks on that Google Business profile can be the difference between never showing up on Google and dominating your area. All in all, you'll get access to a community of business owners and experts trying to grow their business just like you. It's a safe space to ask questions and get more tailored one-on-one advice. It's 100% free. I don't have a coaching program or a course to sell you. Just click the link down below, join the community. We'd love to see you inside. For sure. No, I think that's something that's like can't be understated for the reviews for a business. Like I obviously, we run Review Harvest and I'm the first to tell people, hey, don't sign up for Review Harvest if you don't think you can make payroll this week, right? Like Review
Yeah,
Harvest isn't going to help you make payroll this week. It's something for
yeah.
3 months, 6 months down the
It's
line.
building. Yeah.
But the immediate impact is 100% on the team and the mojo of the team and the camaraderie of the team, because we work with a lot of businesses in the home service space, and what we tell them and what some of our best businesses do is they read every single morning before the team goes out. They read all the reviews from the day before, because
Yeah,
some of those employees, some of those technicians almost value the public recognition that they're getting there more than their pay, right? There's multiple ways people can be
absolutely.
compensated. And so like saying, hey, Jeremy, you got an amazing review from Susan yesterday. She said you went above and beyond, played with her dog, whatever it was. Jeremy getting that in front of the team could be the highlight of
Yeah,
this, and so
yeah.
sharing that in the Slack channel, I mean, that's awesome.
It's an intangible, right? It's a morale booster, esprit de corps, and those things you really can't measure. But a happy employee is a productive employee, and somebody who feels like their contribution is actually doing something for other people out in the world. They're going to be much more stoked to come in and do that because it's rewarding in a way that's not measurable like a paycheck is.
For sure. No, for sure. 100%. Well, this has been great. I always love to kind of end these off with what's a piece of advice that you have with somebody that's trying to grow their business right now and might be struggling, as somebody who's, y'all have been in business for so long and y'all are continuing to pluck away.
Well, I think I mentioned it before. I've been around, I've worked in different industries, and I've been around different business owners and things, and they always will tell you it's a war of attrition.
Mm,
And the longer you can stick it out, whatever you can do to make it work. If you have a good idea, if you have a good vision, if you have the wherewithal to institute that vision and to make it a reality, go for it and push yourself. Um, and do what you got to do. Obviously there's going to be limitations and things are going to happen. But for the most part, you just got to stick it out.
yeah.
That's it.
For sure. No, 100%. It's such great advice in the world we live in today, that it's so quick and immediate gratification. Like, let me start this business and let me make $20,000 a month right away. And, all
Right.
this stuff, all the different things. And so, yeah, it's such sound advice. Well, Rob, thanks so much for making the time. We'll have all of their links down below in the description. So if you need some insurance, you're in the area, you want to drop by, whatever they are, we're going to have their stuff linked down below. But,
Awesome.
Rob, I appreciate you hopping on. You have a great rest of your day.
We appreciate you guys, man. The service is awesome. Keep it up. And you got a client in us for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. See you, Rob.
See ya.